Hi, I am Saranya. I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of CSE at Biomedical Engineering College, Karur. Today we are going to discuss about the topic name as service models. So, this service models overview now we will see. So, what if you want to have an IT department? So, the first thing is build a new house, and second one is buy an empty house, and third one is live in a hotel. So, these are the three scenarios. It's coming under the service models of overview. So the first one, build a new house. So the build a new house comes under the technological term infrastructure as a service. So the same as buy an empty house, it comes under the technological term as a platform as a service. The same as live in a hotel. So this is the example of comes under the software as a service. So these are the three technical terms we will discuss in the service models overview. So the first one is build a new house. So the some virtualized infrastructures build up your own IT system among those resources which may be fully controlled. So this is comes under the infrastructure as a service. So the second one is it directly develop your IT system through one cloud platform. So do not care about any lower level resource management. So these things it comes under the platform as a service. Then third one is directly use some existing IT system solutions which were provided by some cloud applications service provider without knowing any detailed technique about how this service was achieved. So these three services models overview we may see it here. So the first one is software as a service and platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. So in this infrastructure as a service, a resource management interface and then system monitoring interface and development PAS, platform as a service, development tools and runtime environment and control interfaces. The same as SAS, mobile device and web-based applications. So lot of application softwares we are all using. So in that applications everything it comes under the software as a service. So in infrastructure as a service, just we are going to providing some virtualization techniques. So visualization means the computing, then storage and network and so IO devices. So these are the visualization things we are giving in the infrastructure as a service. Next coming to the platform as a service, just we are going to see the resource management and then fault tolerance and resource provisioning and load balancing. In software as a service, mobile device web-based applications, so some general applications and business services. So these two things it comes under the software as a services. So the service model is there are three types of service models: infrastructure and then platform, and third one is a software as a service. So in infrastructure as a service, so the capability is provided the consumer is to provision processing, storage, networks and other fundamental computing resources where the consumer is able to deploy and run a arbitrary software. The consumer does not manage or control the underlying cloud infrastructures but has control over the operating systems, storage, deployed applications and possibly limited control of said networking components. So these are the things we can control through the network platforms. So and some of the examples of infrastructure as a service: Amazon EC2 and Open and Nebula. So eucalyptus, these are some kind of example of infrastructure as a service. So next we may see this diagram, architecture of infrastructure as a service. So see here the user, then resource management interface and system monitoring interface, and here computing systems, network systems and then storage systems. So these three systems are visually connected with through the visualization layers. So the person has to communicate through the visualization layer. So it will communicate with the computing and network and then storage systems. And next, infrastructure service. So enabling technique in the visualizations. So visualization is very important. So is an abstraction of logical resources away from the underlying physical resources. Visualization technique shift OS onto the hypervisors. So see here, traditional stack. For example, traditional stack. So hardware, then operating system, and then some different types of applications. Application softwares we are installing through the operating systems. So operating system, the main role of operating system is it acts as the interface between the user and the computer hardware. So what are the applications you are installing in the systems? The operating system, it will accept all the application softwares and it needs to run the particular platform. The same as here visualized stock means hardware, operating system and then applications, and next virtual machines 1, 2, 3, like this it was there. So this is the difference between traditional stack and then hyper stack. Normally if you see means hardware, operating system and applications, but virtualized stacks hardware, so in between the hardware and then operating system, hypervisors we are installing, and next in between the operating system and then applications, virtual machines it will comes under the operating system and then applications. So next, infrastructure as a service. So see, these are some properties of supported by virtualization techniques. So first one is manageability and interoperability, and second one availability and reliability, and third one scalability and elasticity. So manageability and interoperability. So manageability and interoperability, first one is control automation and system monitoring and building systems. So these three processes it comes under the manageability and interoperability. So next one is availability and reliability. So availability, fault tolerance, system resilience and system security. So these 3 points it comes under the availability and reliability. And next one is scalability and elasticity, dynamic provision and multi-tenant design. So this point is very important in the cloud computing. For example, scalability and elasticity means elasticity when and all you are using a more number of networks, so at the time we will get more internet connections. So for example 12 MB if you are installing means, so and next I need 13 MB means based on that it will adjust, and the cost also it will come based on my network uses. So this is the main uses of cloud computing. So next one, so several types of virtualized resources also available. So first one virtual machine and virtual storage and virtual network. So this virtual machines, so IaaS provider we should be able to provide the basic virtual machine operations such as creation, suspensions and resumptions and terminations, etc. Then virtual storage, so IaaS provider it also should be able to provide the some data writing and space allocations and space release and data reading. And virtual network means, so the same as it is provided the in network, while you are coming under the topics and network, so it will provide the IP address allocations and domain name registers and connection establishment and bandwidth provisions. So these points and all it comes under the virtual network. So through the virtualizations, virtual machines and virtual storage and virtual network. So these are all the some kind of services is provided in the resource management interface. So IaaS enabling some techniques. So virtualization, server virtualization, storage and network. So it provided the services. There are two types of services it providing. First one is resource management interface and second one is system monitoring interface. So this is a summary of IaaS services. And next, platform as a service. So in this platform as a service, the provider to the consumer is to deploy onto the cloud infrastructure consumer created or acquired applications created using programming languages and tools supported by the provider. The consumer does not manage or control the underlying cloud infrastructures including network, servers and operating systems or storage, but has control over the deployed applications and possibly applications storing environment configurations. So the example of platform as a service is Microsoft Windows Azure and Google App Engine and Hadoop. So these are some kind of example of the platform as a service. Now we will see the architecture of platform as a service. So in see here, so this platform as a service, here the programming IDE and then system control interface. So programming IDE, programming APIs, application programming interface and then development tools. In system control interface, policy based and workflow. So next one is a runtime environment, scalability, elasticity, availability, reliability and performance optimization and manageability and interoperability. So then see here computing resource, network and then storage resource. So these things and all it comes under the platform as a service. So the same as already we have discussed the infrastructure service. So for three things we have discussed: manageability, interoperability and availability, reliability, scalability and elasticity. So for platform as a service also, these three things and all it comes under the platform as a service. And see here it provides service programming IDE. So users make uses of programming IDE to develop their service among platform as a service. So the same as the programming APIs. So more number of programming application softwares we are using. So that entire software applications it supported runtime environment. It may be various between the different cloud providers. But all the softwares, whatever softwares you are installing, maybe the cloud providers it may change. but all the softwares it running on the same environment. See, the platform as a service, it provides service system control interface. So first one is a policy based control, and then second one is a workflow control. So in policy based control, so the main principle of the policy based control is rule to guide decisions and achieve rational outcomes. So the second one is the same, one more point is also there. So make the decisions according to some requirements. In workflow control, the flow of installation and the configuration of resources and workflow processing delivers speedy and efficient construction and the management of cloud resources. And the summary of platform as a service is, the PaaS is the development platform that infrastructure OS and a middleware to drive developer productivity. So the PaaS enabling technique is a runtime environment, and PaaS provides services the programming IDE and system control interfaces. So these three things we will discuss in the system architecture itself. So next one is a software as a service. So on the software as a service, it provided the consumer to use the provider's applications running on a cloud infrastructure. So what are the applications the customers wants to install? No need to install through the cloud platform. They can access the concerned applications. So the applications are accessible from the various client devices through a thin client interfaces such as a web browsers. Example, web-based email. These and all the things it comes under the example of software as a service. So the consumer does not manage or control the underlying cloud infrastructures including network, servers, and then operating system, storage, or even individual applications capabilities, with the possible exception of limited user specific applications, configurations, and settings. So that whenever the customer wants to install the applications, no need to install any other additional softwares, just they use through the cloud platform they can use the particular applications. So see here, so these are some kind of examples of software as a service: Google Apps, Gmail, Google Docs, Google Sites. So nowadays maximum we people are started to store more number of documents in Google Docs, and Google Sheets we are using, and Google Slides we are using. So like this, so each and everything it comes under the application based softwares also. So the same as Salesforce.com and iOS. So these and other things it comes under the example of software as a service. So see here this is the architecture of software as a service. The user uses different kinds of devices. The devices web-based applications and then web portals. We all know the web-based applications and application-based applications. So web-based means the applications, what are the applications you are installing through the web portal only, through the URL only, we can access the particular applications. See here the general applications, web-based applications and then web portal, the general applications, business applications, scientific applications, and government applications. Next one is a commercial platform, open source platform, and other. So like this, different kinds of applications, softwares we are installing for our need. So this is the web-based applications and web portal is act as the interface between the devices and the customers. So see here, the enabling technique web services. Web 2.0 is the trend of using the full potential of the web. So the previously we had discussed the examples of the platform as a service and software as a platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. So these three things it comes under the platform and the infrastructures: manageability, interoperability, scalability and elasticity, and availability and reliability. So for software as a service, accessibility and portability is comes under the important technique in the software as a service: uniform access and thin client. So see here, so conventional applications should translate their access interface onto web-based platforms. So the general applications which are designed for general purpose such as Office, Shoot, multimedia and instant messages, etc. So these and other things it comes under the general applications. For business applications, we people are know maximum number of software applications are designed based on our business purpose. ERP softwares are there, and then CRM software is also there, and market trading system. So CRM softwares and all we know. So no need to store the entire documents in the paper or pen. So in the system itself, the software itself, we can store more number of data and more number of points. It's available in the CRM software. The same as ERP software, it's also more number of benefits are there to using. So that software and all it comes under the business application purpose. Then scientific applications, as usual we know that the aerospace simulations and biochemistry simulations. So maximum the simulation application software and all it comes under the scientific applications. So through online only we are collecting more number of data. See examples, we are collecting, we are entering the Aadhaar card details and then voter ID and ration card. So likewise each and every data it comes under the through online platforms. So we need to enter the, we need to collect community certificate, means we need to go to the concerned platform and we will enter all the details and finally we are receiving the certificate from it. So through the government applications also more number of services they are providing, national medical system and public transportation system service, etc. So the same as in public transportation system service, through online itself we can book our ticket, and so these are some kind of example of national application system service. So see here, provide service. So apart from the standard search engine features, the web portals from offer other services such as email, news and stock prices, information, databases and the entertainment. So some of the examples of software as a services, iGoogle, MSNBC, NetWise, Yahoo. So these are some kind of application softwares, and this is the summary of SAS. So see here, SAS enabling technique as a web service, and then SAS provide services is general application and business applications and scientific applications and government applications. And deployment model. So in this deployment model there are 4 types of clouds it will involve in the deployment model: public, private, community and then hybrid. So see here, the public cloud, it computes services and then database services and storage services. So database services through the internet. So what are the applications we are installing? So the internet connection is very important. So database services also, the customers, what are the applications they are using? So the entire data set will be stored in the databases, and storage services, compute services, database services and storage services. And next, private cloud. So the private cloud, it will not act as a private cloud, so it is a public cloud. So the private cloud means only the internal part. So private cloud, intranet. So here the public cloud, so through the internet we are connecting. So in the private cloud, through the intranet we are going to connect in the compute services, database, storage services. Through the intranet we are connecting the private cloud. See the comparisons between the private and public cloud. So infrastructure, so we are taking as an infrastructure. So public cloud is a homogeneous and private cloud is a heterogeneous. So then policy model, common defined, and this private cloud is customized and tailored. Resource model, shared, multi-tenant, and this is dedicated. And cost model is operational expansion and capital expansion. And economy model, large economy of scale. So then private cloud, end-to-end control. So finally the community cloud. So community cloud is a combination of private cloud and then public cloud. Then the fourth one is a hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud also public cloud, and see here, so this is also public cloud and this is the private cloud. So multiple clouds they are connecting with they together. So for example, the 2 public cloud is connecting here. So see here, 1 public cloud and 1 private cloud, and here also 1 public cloud and 1 private cloud. So the cloud infrastructure is a composition of 2 or more clouds, private, community or public. So that is comes under that is called as the hybrid cloud. So see here, cloud ecosystems, public, private, community and then hybrid. So public cloud is an example of infrastructure as a service, private cloud is an example of platform as a service, and community cloud is comes under the software as a service. And these are some kind of example of using SAS and providers, Google App Engine and Windows Azure, it comes under the provider platform as a service. Thank you.